This year's Festival of Speed was wild. Record-breaking runs, screaming engines, and some of the fastest cars we've ever seen hit the hill. Here are the top 10 fastest cars at Goodwood 2025. This is Topluxrides. Let's get straight into it. Number 10. Alpine A110R. Alpine, the Alpine A110R Alpine is proof that you don't need a huge engine to be fast. This little rocket has a 1.8-liter turbocharged engine making 345 horsepower, but it's so light and nimble it can embarrass bigger cars. Veteran driver Laurent Hergen pushed it hard up the hill, clipping the grass at a few corners but staying focused. You could see how balanced the car was, smooth through the turns, fast on the straights. With its carbon fiber body panels and racing-tuned suspension, it's basically a track car you can drive on the road. The A110R crossed the line with a time of 52.01 seconds. That's seriously impressive considering it's competing against monsters with double the power. It shows that a good chassis and a skilled driver can go a long way. Number 9. Holden Monaro 427C. This Holden Monaro 427C is an old-school legend with a big heart. Under the hood sits a massive 7.0-liter V8 that roars like thunder. Greg Murphy, a Bathurst 1000 champion, jumped behind the wheel and drove it like he was back in his prime. You could hear the deep growl echoing through the trees as he pushed through each corner. The Monaro is built for endurance racing, but at Goodwood it proved it still has sprint speed too. Watching it blast off the line, fighting for grip, was like stepping back in time. It crossed the finish with a time of 50.37 seconds, earning respect from everyone watching. For a car built in 2003, that's no small feat. Raw V8 power and race history never get old. Number 8. Ford Mustang GTD. The Mustang GTD is a beast dressed in a street-legal body. Built to bring GT3 race tech to the road, it has a 5.2-liter supercharged V8 that sounds like thunder and produces over 800 horsepower. Dirk Muller, who's raced everywhere from Le Mans to the Nürburgring, took it up the hill. From the moment he launched, the Mustang looked alive, twitching under power, then settling into a fast, controlled rhythm. It's amazing how composed it stayed, even with all that power going to the rear wheels. Watching it sprint past the hay bales was like seeing an American muscle car reborn as a supercar. The GTD didn't set the absolute fastest time of the day, but it proved Ford's performance game is stronger than ever. Number 7. Porsche 911 GT3R. The Porsche 911 GT3R is built to win endurance races, but at Goodwood, it showed how fast it can climb a hill. With a screaming, naturally aspirated engine and lightweight construction, it's a pure racing machine. Sarah Bovey, part of the Iron Dames racing team, piloted it with total confidence. She attacked every corner, using every inch of the track and even kicking up grass on the inside. You could tell she knew exactly how to get the most out of the car. The Porsche looked stable, planted, and quick. Everything you expect from a 911 race car. It crossed the line in 49.51 seconds, putting it near the top of the field. It's proof that Porsche's commitment to motorsport is alive and well. Number 6. Holden Commodore V8 Supercar. This Holden Commodore V8 Supercar is a true Aussie racing icon. British touring car champion Jake Hill got behind the wheel, and the crowd knew it would be a show. The Commodore's 5.0-liter V8 screamed as Jake launched it off the line. You could see him working the wheel, shifting through the sequential gearbox with perfect timing. The car danced around but never lost control. It looked raw and fast all the way. The way it hugged the corners showed how dialed in the suspension still is. With a time of 48.35 seconds, the Commodore was among the quickest machines of the day. It's not the most modern car here, but it has pure racing DNA. Watching it fly up the hill was a treat for every fan who loves proper touring car power. Number 5. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. Swedish hypercars don't come much wilder than the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. This carbon fiber masterpiece is built to be the fastest production car in the world. Its 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 makes up to 1,600 horsepower on special fuel. At Goodwood, Javier Castan climbed into the driver's seat and showed everyone what a low-drag hypercar can really do. The Jesko looked glued to the pavement, slicing through corners with unbelievable speed. Even on a short hill course, you could see the potential of this machine. The sound was something else, a mix of turbo whoosh and raw V8 thunder. with a time of 47.14 seconds. It was one of the fastest road cars ever to run the hill. If you love extreme engineering, the Jesko is as good as it gets. Number 4. Shadow DN4. The Shadow DN4 is living proof that old race cars never die. They just get faster. This Can-Am monster comes from the 1970s, when big engines ruled the track. It's powered by an 8.3-liter V8 that sounds like an earthquake. Alex Summers, an experienced hill climb driver, was in charge of this beast. As soon as he launched, you could hear the roar echo across the grounds. The car was twitchy, raw, and thrilling to watch. Despite being over 50 years old, it was still one of the quickest cars of the event. The Shadow crossed the line in under 47 seconds, beating many modern machines. It shows that sometimes pure mechanical power is all you need to make history. Number 3. Porsche 911 GT3 Cup. At just 19 years old, James Wallace showed he's already a star in the making. Driving the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, he put down a run that turned heads. The GT3 Cup is a race car you can buy straight from Porsche, with a naturally aspirated flat six that revs like crazy. Off the line, James was smooth but aggressive, cutting every corner just right. The car stayed planted even when he pushed it to the edge. You could see how much confidence he had behind the wheel. By the third sector, he was nearly a second ahead of the top time. He crossed the line with 46.74 seconds on the clock. For such a young driver, that's a serious statement, and probably just the start of what's to come. Number 2. Subaru Project Midnight. The Subaru Project Midnight is like nothing else here. It's all electric, super low, and built just to go fast. Scott Speed, an ex-F1 driver turned rallycross star, drove it up the hill. Watching him launch was unreal. Instant torque threw the car forward with no delay. Even in tight corners, he stayed calm and smooth, cutting as much as he dared. Project Midnight is silent compared to the V8s, but the speed was loud enough on its own. Scott shaved almost a full second off his previous best time, showing how quick electric power can be. When he crossed the finish line, the stopwatch read 45.03 seconds. Good enough to almost take the crown. If this is the future of fast, it looks pretty bright. Number 1. Ford Supervan 4.2. You'd never expect a van to be the fastest thing at the Festival of Speed, but the Ford Supervan 4.2 isn't your average delivery truck. It's an all-electric monster with nearly 2,000 horsepower and more downforce than some race cars. Romain Dumas got behind the wheel and absolutely smashed the hill. From the moment he launched, the Supervan looked unstoppable. Clean lines, perfect grip, and brutal acceleration. The most amazing part? He looked completely relaxed as he tore through every sector. The Supervan crossed the line with a time of 43.23 seconds, faster than any other car this year and even quicker than last year's record. It's proof that electric power is rewriting the rules of speed, and that vans can be cooler than ever. So which of these insane machines would you love to drive up the hill? Drop your favorite in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this countdown, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more of the fastest, wildest cars on the planet. Thanks for watching Topluxrides. See you in the next one.